Hello people, I have not posted on this channel for like ages and I'm super sorry about that. Instead of a speed paint today, because this is an art channel, I would like to talk about one particular OC that needs some clearing up. And I had a few questions regarding her because she's actually the most hardest OC to ever make other than make the design, because the design was really fun. But the other things may need some clarifications, and I did my research ahead of time before making this OC and like watching videos as well. Um, and I let's just get right into the video. To jump right in, my new OC's name is Nalani, and she is named after Nalani the killer whale from SeaWorld, Florida, and her name means something to do with the heavens in Hawaiian. And I really love that name because it's really unique, it's really cute, and it adds a nice little ring to it. I really am a sucker for like unique OC names, not like the classics names. I would have used like Olivia or like Jenny or so, but those felt too classic or so, and I really want like a name that's really unique. Here is what Nalani looks like. I know she's a semi-furry, and I'm not sure what she is. It's kind of like a cat wolf thing. On the right is actually a birthday gift I received, and it's a close-up of Nalani. And on the left is a full body appearance of what she looks like. And to be clear, she is wearing a collared dress, and she is wearing low heel boots, and I love this design I made for her because it's very simple, it's really cute, and I can have a lot of fun with it, I guess. Here is the next part that I got it was really difficult to do. I wanted Nalani to have a type of condition or so. Originally, she was gonna have Tourette's syndrome, and for those of you who don't know what Tourette's is, it's set of movements, it's incurable, it comes in different levels. Unfortunately, I had a little bit of a worry that people could get misunderstandings about Nalani having Tourette's, and I just didn't want her to have Tourette's because of that. Instead, Nalani, by the way, she's 15 years old, and Nalani is 85% deaf in both ears, so she has impaired hearing, or hearing impairment. I don't know what's the proper wording. And this is where people ask questions. Is she quiet? How does she communicate? Will she be quiet the entire time? Does she talk? And that's where I need to like clear things up. Like I said, Nalani is 85% deaf in both of her ears, and that doesn't mean that she can't hear completely. And a big misunderstanding is that people who are deaf they can't hear anything at all. That's not the case for some people. There are some people who are completely deaf in one ear, and then they can hear from the other. There are other times where someone is partially deaf in one ear, but then completely deaf in the other. It really depends on the level because there are different types of deafness. There are people who are deaf, but then they can hear things. But then, they can't really understand what they're saying because it's muffled. So with Nalani's case, she can hear things. Even though she's 85% deaf, she can hear things. But she can't understand what she's hearing. Not everyone is born like being completely deaf or so for some people. There is a condition out there where the hearing can deteriorate over time and can cause deafness or so. If you say like, oh, I'm so sorry, you're so deaf also, I feel bad for you. You don't need to feel sorry for the person who is deaf, and you do not need to feel sorry for Nalani either. She embraces who she is, she loves herself, and I think that's important for you guys to love who you are as well, because that's really unique, and that's why I decided Nalani should be 85% deaf, because that's something unique about her. That's Nalani's main feature. Let's move on to communication, because that's where I got some questions about that when I made Nalani and I introduced her to Twitter also. So Nalani communicates through sign language, and that's a really common method to use with deaf people. And Nalani also has an interpreter with her, so that when you're having a conversation with her, the interpreter can translate for Nalani of what the person's saying, so that Nalani can generate a response or so. There are other methods to use other than sign language. There's lip reading, where you like read the lips of the person of what they're saying. And then there's another method where there's an app or so, or you use a piece of paper to write down. Honestly, sign language is the most common way to communicate. Another misunderstanding about this is that Nalani can't speak at all, or like deaf people in general, they can't speak. That's not the case. There are people who can talk and sign at the same time, so that they don't mess up what they're saying or so, and that they can help themselves like understand what they're saying. Nalani talks and signs at the same time sometimes, so that again, like she doesn't mess up. But sometimes she is quiet and she signs. She prefers movement over traditional talking. The reason why she prefers sign language over traditional talking sometimes is because she can have a lot of fun with sign language, and it can be a bit funny as well in her perspective, so that she can make facial expressions and then like be exaggerating with sign language, and movement to her is an expression of who she is. But again, she can talk and sign at the same time, just like it's sometimes that she's quiet. She loves making new friends. She just wants to be accepted of who she is as an individual. And she's also very artsy and crafty, but that's like the little fun facts about her. But the main part is that she is 85% of both ears. She can hear things, but it's very muffled. Like, very, very muffled. And, she uses sign language lots of the times, but that doesn't mean that she can't talk. She can talk and sign at the same time, but she is sometimes very quiet and just signs without talking sometimes, and sometimes the interpreter needs to be there with her. And her interpreter is her best friend. I don't know if I want to make her, but that's all. I think that's all for the video for today. I hope this gives a better understanding of deaf people or deafness in general. Again, I'll be linking like sources down below in the description box if you would like to know more. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any more questions about Nalani, feel free to message me also, and I'll try to answer as many questions as I can. If I don't have a specific answer for all of them, and please do your research about hearing impairments, but actually the term hearing impairment is not acceptable to refer to deaf people because that term is very distinct. There is a difference between hearing impairment and deafness. Sorry, I done goofed before you asked me. So, thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time.